Meine Herren, the target for today is the railway bridge in Krasnoarmeyskaya. Each aircraft will carry 8 or 4 250-kilogram general-purpose bombs to effect the destruction of this target. Our fighter escort, Bf-109s from JG-52, will meet us over Zaporozhskaya airfield at waypoint 2 and escort us to and from the target. Expect light flak over the front line and over the target. Fighter interception during this mission is considered highly probable. We will be flying within range and directly over a number of Soviet fighter regiments. The formation will bomb from an altitude of 3,000 meters. Heading on the run-up will be 091 degrees. The town of Krasnoarmeyskaya, the aerodrome, the river, and the wooded area northwest of Slavyanskaya should be visible on the run-up. That's all. Good luck. Welcome aboard my HE-111 for the 9th mission of this 111 career. Let's get configured and go. So, usual thing by now, radiators open to 3/4 seems to be adequate. Props full forward. Flaps 15 degrees should be adequate. And set takeoff power. Takeoff power set. ATA and RPM are normal. And we trundle down the field. Airspeed's alive, 100. And we're going to use every inch of the field like usual. 150. Alright, up we go. You're up. 180, flaps up. And coming up to 200, set climb power. And now if we quickly take a peek at the map, our track over to Zaporozhskaya is 09 or 5, so I'll just turn to that heading for now and make corrections for wind as we go. Well, that is Zaporozhskaya airfield down there, so waypoint 2 where we're meeting up with our fighters. Let's quickly do a little bit of drift calculation so that we can turn on to our corrected heading as we pass over it. So, track is 09 or 1, wind is from 356, so that's exactly 95 degrees off our port side at... or no, it's 359 or at 2,000 meters, and we're going by the 2,000 figure. So closest to 90 degrees at 12 meters per second. Our final airspeed will probably be about 280. Altitude is 3,300 meters in here. I'll talk a bit about that in a second. Which gives us a drift factor of 9 degrees to starboard, so we will correct 9 degrees to port. Which means our corrected heading is 082, so only a very slight turn from where we are now. And it looks like we're directly over it, so that should get us nicely on track. I may be about to sneeze, so let that be a warning. First navigational checkpoint, passing just to the left of this little inlet here, which, let's see if we do that. Yep, looks like it. Okay, that should be us preliminarily on track then. Now, I said I was going to comment about altitude. I was doing a little bit of reading on the forums trying to figure out how the mechanics of the in-game bomb sight works, since it does use some simplifications. I'll also close the radiators down a bit, since we should be able to cool nicely. And basically what I read was that the data figure that the site actually wants is your basically your altitude above the actual target ground level, what in modern terms would be called QFE. So what I've done is, using left Alt A in IL-2, you can set the altimeter either to standard atmosphere or to the nearest friendly airfield's, well, the QFE for the nearest friendly airfield, basically. Now these are almost exactly the same right now because most of Kuban is flat as a pancake and only a few meters above sea level, so it doesn't make a ton of difference, but we've leveled off at just above 3,100 meters. I mostly did that, even though our designated altitude is 3,000, to get the entire formation above the automatic supercharger gear switch altitude, which is 3,000, so that we get some more performance out of our engines. I may tweak the altitude slightly as we go, but anyway, I'm gonna bomb using the using this altitude this time and see how it goes and what that does for our accuracy. I think that's about it for now. I'll probably come back as we near the target. Welcome back aboard. We are passing over this bend in the Protoka River here. This is the initial point, so we are essentially commencing the bomb run now. I can see the target. Of those two bridges you can see over there, it's the far one, the railway bridge, near, I think, the depot and railway yard that I'm pretty sure we bombed the last time we came to Krasnoarmeyskaya. At least I'm pretty sure that's what the target was. Anyway, we'll crank the bomb bay doors open and get ready to adjust airspeed. We'll use a 0.10 second interval. We want a nice tight bomb pattern because this is a point target. And who knows, if the road bridge next to the railway bridge is standing, there's a good chance we'll hit it too if our bomb pattern is good. So, airspeed's 300, that's fine. Yeah, I'm fairly sure that we bombed this before. Well, we might be back to bomb it again at some point. We'll have to see what kind of condition it's in. I'm not sure how persistent that is in the single-player careers. I don't really see any knockdown buildings. I do think the road bridge next to the railway bridge is already collapsed, though, so that'll just be a bonus if we damage it some more and hinder the repair effort, I guess. Engine temperatures. What can I do? I can open the radiators a bit to lose a bit of speed and give us an even, well, give us a round number. Well, if it's 290, that is also an even number. Anyway. Or I can close them down a bit to get 300. I think that'll actually work better. And if the engines overheat, so be it. Call that 300. Okie dokie. Well, slightly experimental bombing technique today. I should probably know better than to change what works, but I made the tweak actually based on some experience I was having in multiplayer, so I think it'll be for the best. Anyway. 5 Sekunden. Los! And we shall monitor to see what that does. Oh, I saw a muzzle flash and another one. There are some flat guns down there. Ooh, interesting. Okay, well, we hit one end of the bridge and hit the road bridge right square. You know, I'm not sure what to make of that. With the change in heading, the wind might have been very slightly off. I don't know how much difference that would actually make, but I don't know. Target is at least partially destroyed, so it'll be out of action. That's fine. We'll turn away, shut the bomb bay doors. Now, our rally point is Petrovskaya, which I think I did last time too, just as a nice little set heading point for the return trip. I already... Oh, and I need to shallow out this turn. I've noticed when I've reviewed previous missions that the formation is getting too spread out when I turn really steeply. Got to remember there are people trying to stay behind me in rather lumbering airplanes. So I will shallow out that turn. Now, where's Petrovskaya? Should be beyond that river thing there. Yeah, I can sort of see it. It's kind of behind that cloud, but whatever. What was I on about before? Oh yeah, I already did our drift calculations for the return trip. The track is 265, corrected heading is 273. So we'll take up that heading as we pass over Petrovskaya on our way out. And yeah, I can't quite see it through the cloud, but I'm pretty sure it's back there because it's next to these little ponds here, which I could see as we made the turn. Oh, and let's open those radiators up again because the engine's overheating. Doo-doo-doo. Well, not overheating yet, but heading that way. Let's hop up on the top turret, make sure everyone's regaining formation. I'm using a little bit less than maximum continuous power just to give these guys a little bit of headroom. You can probably see down there we've got H6s. Actually, most of the formation are H6s today. I made sure that myself and the Tail and Charlie aircraft were in H-16s, but a lot of the others are H-6s. We don't have that many 111 H-16s to go around at the moment. I might even have to fly an H-6 at some point. Perish the thought. But yeah, that does compromise our bomb load and defensive firepower a little bit. But, well, we'll have to see if that matters. And if Petrovskaya appears behind this cloud, we can get on track for our trip home and see if we can run away in a timely fashion. Well, just waiting on the cloud now. Well, temperature's still a little high. I'm actually going to open those up all the way to 75. Maybe 35 on the water radiators. Ooh, whoops. Throttle back slightly. And where is it? There it is. Passing slightly south of it. Anyway, I'm not sure if it's interesting enough to hang around for, so I'll just overfly it, get us on our corrected heading, and we'll make our way home. Well, that's home over there. We had ourselves a proper milk run today. We weren't intercepted on the way out, so barring any ridiculous landing accidents, we should bring everyone back without a scratch. I'm sort of doglegging myself out onto a right base here. We're going to land into the wind. The wind is from 020. And I need to get rid of some speed before then, so forward slip it is. Okay, that should do. Should be able to get rid of the rest in the turn. And engines are nice and cool. I can close the radiators right down. And begin the turn. That should line us up pretty well. Look at that pretty formation. Can you guys just... oh no. I just saw a piece fall off an aeroplane. Well, we haven't had one in a while, so it had to happen, didn't it? And any money, it was one of our H-16s. Because, you know, they're much more important. Anyway, gear down. Props forward to max continuous. And give me some flap. For me, please. Okie dokie. Lights on. engines are still nice and cool. I did a quite steep power off descent on the way in, so that tends to cool them quite a lot. Possibly even a bit too much, actually, but oh well. Try and maintain about 160 till we're over the field. That should do. Cleared to land. Lovely. Verstanden. He's not quite as grumpy as the German tower controller in, well, as the German tower controller in IL-2 1946. Nicht landen! If anyone remembers that. Anyway. Over the field, ease the power back into the flare. Don't stall and drop a wing. Well, that was pretty dainty. Yeah, feed in some brake. I'll clear off towards these hangars here so we get off the landing surface. Alright, we're decelerated. Bring the flaps up. Gelandet. I don't know what he said. I don't speak German. And we're just about clear. Get the lights off. Get properly clear because someone might actually be landing there. Okay, I think we're pretty much clear of the landing surface. Engines off. And that's us landed. Lovely. Well, I'll, ooh, someone actually landing behind us. Maybe. Anyway, I'll see you in the debriefing and we'll see what the damage is. Well, all objectives were completed. We got the bridge. I got the bridge even. So that's all good. Let's see what else we have to deal with here. So just processing those results, and you can see here what our formation breakdown was. I tried to distribute the H6s in such a way that they were in the middle of the formation. Yep. So yeah, and look at that. It was in one of the H16s, so that's even one less that we have now. Of course, they have to crash my good airplanes. It was Reinhard Leopold, who is kaput. But we got the target. So, given that this mission was completely unopposed except by light flak, it's unfortunate that we still had losses, but that's just the way of things, it seems. Anyway, I'm going to keep the target for the next day under my hat for the time being. I'll be back with the next mission fairly soon. Toodles.